Happy New Year, future LPTs! So in today's review video, we will be discussing about capacitor and capacitance. So it is one of the topics in electricity and magnetism, uh, and a topic in physical science.
So what is a capacitor? So capacitor is a device used to store electric charge and electrical energy. So it consists of two conducting objects. So usually plates or sheets separated by some distance. Capacitors are widely used in many electronic circuits and have applications in many areas of science and technology. And a simple capacitor consists of two parallel metal sheets separated by a small distance. So, ito yung example ng capacitors natin. And yun naman, makita nyo, two of these are yung binabanggit na yung plates and sheets are separated by distances. Yung mga plates niya. So, para mas maintindihan, let's proceed. So, this is the parallel plate capacitor. So, yung itong una, this is the area A, plate A, and yung parallel plate naman is what we call plate B. Now, sa plate A, this is concentrated by positively charged particles. Meanwhile, sa plate B ay concentrated by negatively charged particle. Now, we knew that kapag in parallel yung dalawa, there is a magnetism inside. There is a magnetism in between the distances. So, basta i-discuss natin mamaya yung behavior ng capacitance. So, this is a parallel plate capacitor. Now, tandaan nyo rin that this is the symbolic representation of capacitor in a schematic diagram of a circuit. Etong C, siya yung dalawang two parallel lines. Yan, capacitor yung symbol na yan. So now we will try to simulate capacitance and capacitor. Now, ito, gamit tayo ng FET simulation. So let's check first the situation. And we have here the potential difference source. Yan yung battery. And we have the two plates. Ito yung tinatawag natin parallel plates. And bulb. So, ang parallel plate natin has a 200 millimeter area. Yan. And it has 6 millimeter separation. Now, let's check kung gaano yung capacitance na na-store na to. Yan. So, kung 1.5, then yan. So, naka-stored siya ng energy na 0.33 picojoule. And ang top plate charge, yan, itong charge sa top plate, merong 0.44 picocoulomb. Now, what if we enlarge the separation between the two? So, let's observe. Yan. So, bumaba yung stored energy. Diba? And bumaba rin yung charges in the plates. In the two plates. So, in conclusion, habang lumalayo yung distance from the two plates, bumababa yung charge and energy and also the capacitance. But then, kapag lumalapit yung two plates from each other, tumataas naman yung stored energy, plate charge, and capacitance. Ma-observe nyo naman dito, kapag nilayo natin, umuunti yung charges, at kapag yan, nilalapit natin, tumataas yung charges. Now, what if we it decreases the voltage output? Yan. So, bumababa yung charges, umuunti yung charges, and bumababa rin yung stored energy between the two parallel plates in the capacitor. But then, the capacitance is not affected at all. Kahit zero voltage natin siya, the capacitance is still the same. Okay. Now, what if we change direction? Yung direction ng voltage. Yan. So, kung saan yung positive ng battery, doon din yung positive ng parallel plate. Okay. So, yan. Ayan o. Kita nyo naman. Okay. Now, what if we change the plate area? What will happen kaya? Let's try to increase it. Yan. If we increase the plate area, mas tumataas din yung plate charges and also the stored energy. Yan. Decrease natin. Yan. As well as the capacitance. Yan o. Tumataas lahat. Okay? Now, sa tingin nyo, pag hindi na siya, di ba may na-stored ang energy? Paano kaya pag hindi na nakakonect with the potential difference source? May mababago kaya? Okay. Yes. So, still, nababago pa rin yung mga variables except for the plate charge. Yung charges na nasa plates. Kahit baguhin mo yung distances, the same pa rin yung plate charge, but nag-iiba yung values ng capacitance and stored energy. Ganun din dito sa sa surface area. Now, lastly, we will try it to connect in a bulb. So, ano kaya mangyayari? So, take note check nyo tong values na to. Mga values natin dito sa taas. We will connect it to the bulb. Okay. Nagkaroon ng flash of light. Diba? And, nung kinonect natin siya sa bulb, bumababa lahat. Except of the capacitance. Bumababa yung plate charges, nababawasan yung plate charges kasi napunta yon sa output, sa light output, and bumababa rin yung stored energy kasi nauubos yung energy na na-store kasi nilabas yon through light. Okay, ipunin natin. Let's try to connect it again. So, babaan na lang natin to. Yan. Okay. What is the difference between the two? Nung mataas yung surface area, the same light, the same output of light, but ang difference is yung gaano karami yung ilalabas na energy. Okay. So, as you could see here, nung mas malaki yung surface area, mas matagal na wala yung light. Okay. Mas maraming energy na ni-release. But then, nung niliitan yung surface area, diba? The same, output ng light, pero, mas onti yung na-release na energy. Kaya, mas mabilis na wala yung light. Okay. Nag-absent yung light. So, this is capacitor. I assume na kahit papano, nakuha nyo yung gist on how capacitor works and capacitor works. So in general, the charge stored in the capacitor is proportional to the potential difference between the plates. Okay? So directly proportional guys yung charge and the voltage, okay, as well as the capacitance. Okay. So where the C is the proportionality constant called capacitance, the capacitance of a capacitor is defined as the ratio of magnitude of charge on either of the conductor plates to the potential difference existing between the conductors. So nakita naman natin kanina yung direct proportionality ng charges and voltage as well as capacitance. So the formula for capacitance is C is equals to Q over V, or capacitance is equals to charge over voltage. So the SI unit of capacitance is coulomb per volt, C over V, or also F, meaning farad. So in honor of Michael Faraday. So ito ang units, guys. It's either coulomb per volt or F. Okay. Farad. Farad is a very large unit of capacitance. So in practice, capacitors are available in the range of microfarad to picofarad. Okay. The value of picofarad, 1 picofarad is negative 12 farad. Okay. A capacitor is represented by the symbol this. Yan, dalawang yan. Yung two parallel lines. Ayan ang capacitor. So these are the various types of capacitors that could be found in electrical circuits. So it could be in many forms and many shapes. Ayun yung tinitingnan natin kanina, that it changes the surface area as well as the distance between the two plates. So depende rin kasi yan sa capacitor. May napakaliit, may napakalaki. The same output pero less yung charges na na-store and less yung energy na nare-release kapag mas maliit. Pero the same output pa rin siya sa malaki. So yan. So these are the capacitance of parallel plate capacitor. So this yung area A, yung unang plate, and area B, yung pangalawang plate. Now, sa pagitan nila, may electric field due to charges na na-i-store dun sa plates. Okay, ulitin ko lang yung charges ay wala dun sa pagitan ng plates. Yung charges ay nasa plates mismo. Kaya may electric field sa pagitan nila. Yan. That is separated by the distance. So in a capacitance, there is this fringing field phenomena occurs. So kapag infinite plates yung ginamit, so electric field yung term, yung expression na ginagamit natin. But if the surface or the plates is finite, okay, finite yung size ng plates, so there is this fringing field. Hindi electric field ang ginagamit, but fringing field na nag-occur. So the fringing field is this, yung pag-curve ng electric field. Yan. Outwards. Yang nakikita nyo sa dalawang magkabilang dulo, nag-curve yung electric field. And ang tawag dyan is fringing field. So it is evident that capacitance is directly proportional to the area of cross-section and is inversely proportional to the distance between the plates. So if the area of cross-section of the capacitor plates is increased, more charges can be distributed for the same potential difference, and as a result, the capacitance is increased. So, ayun yung nangyari kanina nung nag-change tayo ng surface area as well as the distance between the parallel plates. So, it's either nag-i-increase or nagdi-decrease yung charges na naiipon sa plates kapag binabago yung surface area and binabago yung distances. So, ito yung sample problem natin. So, a parallel plate capacitor has a square plates of yung side lang isang side lang is 5 cm and separated by 1 mm. So, first, calculate the capacitance of this capacitor. Second problem is if a 10 volts battery is connected to the capacitor, what is the charge stored in any one of the plates? So, the value of permittivity is 8.85 raised to negative 12 nano meter squared column negative column. Okay. So, over column yan guys over column yan. Pag negative yung raise nung charge. Okay. So, that's the problem. So, this is the solution. So, before we proceed, so, alamin muna natin, itong 3, parang number 3 with a subscript 0, permittivity ang tawag natin dyan. Permittivity. And it has a value of 8.85 raised to negative 12 nanometer squared over coulomb. Okay? So, the capacitance of the capacitor is C, or capacitance is equals to permittivity multiplied to area divided by distance. So, 8.85 raised to negative 12 multiplied to 25. Bakit naging 25? Kasi nga yung unang side is 5, di ba? Now, pag kukunin natin yung area is squared yon. So, 5 times 5, kaya siya naging 25. Okay? So, 8.85 raised to negative 12 multiplied to 25 raised to negative 4. So, divided by 1 raised to negative 3. So, ano naman itong 1 raised to negative 3 na to? Ito yung ating separation, yung 1 mm. Okay. Now, nung pinag-multiply natin siya and divide the product will be, or the quotient will be 221 raised to negative 13 farad. So, that is the value of the capacitance. Okay. So, kapag babawasan natin, that will be, babawasan natin ng isang, So, that will be 22.12 raised to negative 12. Okay. Or 22.12 picofarad. That is our quotient. So, if you have questions on this, just put it in the comment section na lang. So, next problem tayo. What is the charge stored in the plates? So, the formula will be Q, diba? Charge kasi ang hinahanap. Q is equals to capacitance multiplied to voltage, or Q is equals to CV. Yan. So, what is the value of our capacitance? That is 22.12 picofarad. Right? Now, how much voltage? The 10. So, 22.12 picofarad multiply to 10. So, ilan ang lalabas? Tining! That is 22, ganun pa rin sa kanina. Ang lalabas. Kumbaga, 221.2 raised to negative 12 coulomb. Or 221.221.2 pico coulomb. So medyo nakakalito lang siya in a sense, pero kapag i-analyze nyo naman yung computation, napakadali lang. Sobrang dali lang. Okay. So capacitors could be found in many appliances, di ba? In many devices. So minsan yung ceiling fan or yung electric fans, hindi sila nagro-rotate. It is obviously mostly because of the capacitor. Okay? Pero ano nga ba tong capacitor? Ay ano nga ba yung mga devices na pinaggagamitan ng capacitor? So let's explore this. So energy is stored in the capacitor. So capacitor not only stores the charge but also it stores energy. Nakita naman natin yan kanina doon sa ating simulation. So when a battery is connected to the capacitor, electrons of total charge are transferred from one plate to another. Okay. To transfer the charge, work is done by the battery. Okay. Para ma-transfer yung charge, yung battery, di ba, yung tumutulak doon sa charges to flow. Okay. Kaya yung work is done by the battery. This work done is stored as electrostatic potential energy in the capacitor. So what are the applications of capacitor? So we will explore this. First is flash capacitor in camera. So kanina doon sa simulation natin, gumamit tayo ng light bulb. So kung paano yung behavior ng charges in the capacitor doon sa simulation is the same in the how the capacitance work in camera. Kung bakit siya nagkakaroon ng flash in the camera. So most people are now familiar with the digital camera. The flash which comes from the camera when we take photographs is due to the energy release from the capacitor called flash capacitor.
So next is the application of capacitors in the motor engine. So CDI or the capacitor discharge ignition is used to store electrical charge and make an ignition. So para magkaroon ng ignition, kailangan makapag-produce ng powerful spark in the spark plugs. And doon na ma-open o ma-turn on yung motor. So if you have questions about capacitors, you can comment down below. And sana nagustuhan nyo itong review video about this topic. Please follow my YouTube channel and hit like and subscribe. Thank you.